Welcome to Privet Palm Beach Presents, bringing you everything Palm Beach. Coming to you from our active storefront studio in the exciting new Nora District.
This episode of Privet Palm Beach Presents is brought to you by Caprock, a privately owned multifamily office serving Palm Beach and beyond. Caprock provides independent wealth advisory and investment services for families, foundations, and institutions. Learn more at caprock.com.
This week brings us Good Day Palm Beach, with hosts JAYNE Chase, Jack LYNCH, and Carolina BUIA. Be sure to subscribe, follow, like, and share our multiple channels in the show notes.
Hi everybody, welcome to another great episode of Good Day Palm Beach. Our season is off and running here and it is so busy. There's so much traffic, there's so much going on, so many activities. And because I talk to you beauties all the time, I know you were out on the town last night, so.
I did.
I'm looking at you because I know.
I did check out a new home store that opened, Grayson DeVer from Greenwich, Connecticut. She just opened. She's been in Greenwich for like 20 years.
Beautiful, yes.
So they're over on Park Place by Greenview, that park, right where the new butcher is.
Yes.
And then
What a cool neighborhood.
there's going to be a new restaurant in the middle. And then there's this place called Higher Order. I went in to see the owners. And it's a very cool social wellness club.
Okay.
So we're going to actually talk to them at some point later.
Love that.
But it's cool. They have sound baths, yoga, cold plunge, saunas, elixir. It's a non-alcoholic bar. They do like
that's been super popular in New York.
Yeah.
Love that. I
So
love
I'm glad
that.
it's
So
coming
that's
down
good.
here.
And then tomorrow they're opening the last floor of the Flagler House, which is cool. Steve Ross is hosting a breakfast.
we
for
will
the
see
Flagler.
you there.
Yeah.
We will be there.
Finishing
Yep.
off the top of that.
Called topping. The
Topping party.
Topping morning or topping
those buildings
party,
went
yeah.
up so fast. I mean, congratulations. And then Friday, they're showing the experiential center for the Ross Center. Related Ross City Place, the old Cheesecake Factory. And that's going to be sort of the world according to
Steve
Ross.
Ross.
It's got, Italy, it's got the Equinox, there's all these new things happening. But then the
Unbelievable.
skyline with the university, Vanderbilt, and the new hospital. So it's going to
It'll be
cool.
fun to see that. He'll have something all lined up so
Yeah.
you can see
So
that. I
exciting.
can't wait for Italy to open.
Oh, neither can I. It's one of
gonna
my
be
favorite
so
places.
much fun. That's so
Doing
great.
a lot of good stuff.
So, and where were you last night?
So last night I went to watch my son play in the jazz band at Dreyfus School of the Arts. They have an incredible jazz program with Mr. DeLeon. They've won awards all over the U.S. and they always end up playing in Lincoln Center. But it was nice to have this intimate show last night.
I mean, that's our version of like Fame, LaGuardia.
Exactly.
Exactly.
It's really built
Yeah.
after LaGuardia.
And what does your son play? What
he plays the
instrument?
piano.
Oh, he does.
He's so cute.
And you
Oh.
can't get in unless
great.
you audition. It's like getting
Correct.
in. Yeah, it's very
No, it's
tough.
very
So it
tough.
really is like Fame.
For piano, they accept anywhere between 11 to 15 students a year. So it's
All
competitive, but
merit-based.
Wow.
so many great performances and the best deal in town. You can really watch great
Right next to
Broadway
the
type
Kravitz
shows
Center.
right next to the Kravitz Center. It's like off Broadway.
They start there and then they end up
and then
at
they
the
end up at the
Kravitz Center.
Kravitz. And you know what?
Love
Many
that.
have ended up at the Kravitz Center and on Broadway.
So cool. Love that.
That's great.
Cool.
What about you? What did you do?
You know, I have been asked to write a love letter to Palm Beach because there's a campaign that's kind of going on. And so I wrote.
Nice.
And it was really nice. We had dinner at home and I
That's
was
wonderful.
at my computer writing it. It was really, really great.
Tell us about this. This is exciting.
Okay, so on December 1st, everybody, at the Plaza of the Palm Beaches, I will be interviewing my good friend Gene Pressman, and he's just written this book, They All Came to Barney's. He is the former CEO of Barney's. And when we all lived in New York, walking up Madison Avenue holding a Barney's shopping bag
Yep.
was a big deal, a really big deal. And this book is so wonderful. There is no one like Gene who has gone through the 60s, 70s, 80s, 90s, and the 2000s, through the fashion industry, through the music industry, through pop culture, finding designers. He, if you've ever been out to dinner with Gene, he really has the most amazing stories. from Mick Jagger to
Linda Evangelista,
Oh my
I mean, he could
Madonna.
make or
Giorgio Armani.
he could
and-
make or break a brand. If he put the brand in, it was,
No question.
changing the direction.
and really what Studio 54, what New York was really like then. So
And
it's
they
fun.
discovered Giorgio Armani, his father. He was third generation CEO of Barney's, and they brought a number of European designers
That's exactly
to
right.
the
They really
American
did.
fold.
And they brought home into department stores and beauty and
Wellness.
that beautiful restaurant.
I mean,
which
Fred's was my favorite.
Oh my God.
Loved it.
I know. They need to have something like that
I
here.
miss that. I can't even walk by the building. It's empty. It's terrible.
It is terrible. I know. Anyways, you guys, this is a great book. It's a New York Times bestseller, and the lecture is open to the public. So please feel free to come. And then he is also, I think, going to be at the Flagler December 8th. And I think Simon Noonan is actually
that's
going to
great.
be
Yes.
interviewing him there. So there's a lot going on every single week here. So
And today,
yes,
we're
today, our next
we're
guest.
talking cars. I'm a car person. Rob Stepanian is a car person. He's an expert on cars. He's the president. I think he runs the Ferrari Club. He collects vintage Land Rovers. He knows all the important dates and events that are coming up. The Cavallino show, the Palm event. So I think just having a conversation, asking questions, he's going to be able to give us some of those important dates, which,
So get
Palm
us
Beach is-
excited to get
Palm Beach-
behind the wheel.
Yeah, I love
One of the
it.
things I love about Palm Beach is just watching and looking at all the cars, vintage cars, new cars.
It is fun.
It's a car town.
It is
So
a
I
car
think it's
town.
good to
It has
kind
become a
of
car
It's
town.
like a
know more
moving
about it.
museum. You see all kinds of cars here.
It's
Yeah.
really true.
I mean, we've
It's
got
really
boat
true.
shows, car shows.
Private jet shows.
Yes.
Right. Yeah.
Anyway, so Rob's going to join us and we're going to talk to him and ask him some questions.
Sounds great. Sounds great, guys. So what a terrific show.
I mean, to me, I feel like Palm Beach is a car town when you think about it. Like we have so many vintage cars, new cars. People are into their cars. And so there's a few car events this season, some annual events, there's bigger, smaller events. And I just thought it'd be fun to have a conversation about some of those events and what we look forward to this season.
Yeah.
So we
Tell
have
us, Rob.
Yeah, so normally the kickoff the season is Cavallino, the big Ferrari show that has been at the Breakers for 30 some odd years,
It has been, right,
32,
yeah.
34 years. That show is moved to the middle of February, and it's at the Boca Resort now. So that is a big assemblage of Ferraris and Ferrari owners from all over the world. Last year, I was lucky enough to meet the CEO of Ferrari on the show field, which was
Wow.
pretty exciting.
And it's 4 days, correct?
It's Wednesday, Wednesday through Sunday.
It goes on and on.
So how do you put an event like that together? I mean,
So I'm not I'm not part of the group that organizes it, but there are a group of local individuals that volunteer to assist the organizers with setting up the cars on the field on the main day, being a part of the rally, which I have done, and my close friends have also taken part in to help keep the line in order, because you have 70 cars going from, last year we went from Ferrari back up to the Breakers.
and those cars range from
new to vintage, right?
yeah, but what the cost? I mean, what the
Cost-wise?
cost is. So
Well,
you're
you can have
moving 70 cars, and some of them are, a lot.
Some of them could be $70 million. Some of them could be, $1
Wow.
million or
Yeah, so
a
you gotta
couple
be
hundred
careful.
thousand.
Yeah.
Yeah. So the owners are actually driving them in a rally.
Is there like cadets, police escort? Is it totally just traffic lights, normal, everything?
Sometimes there's helpers or police escorts, but not all the time. And that's why the volunteers kind of split up in between the line to help get people back on track.
Wow.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun.
I bet. I want you to continue with all the different car
Sure.
shows that are going on. But
Is there a charity component to this? Is there any charity
Cavallino,
associated?
I don't think so, but there's Cavallino originates from Cavallino magazine, which was the predominant Ferrari magazine for a very long time. And from that has come what they call the Cavallino Classic, which is the name of the show. And it was originally only in Palm Beach, but now that new owners have come in and taken over, they've expanded that into Italy and throughout the world.
I remember when that show was at the Breakers and we were staying there as, vacationing, and it was like, whoa, my kids went crazy seeing those cars. Yeah.
But I think the golf course is under construction or something. So that's
Right.
why.
So that's why the show moved to the Boca Raton.
And then,
this
but it
year.
ends up in Palm Beach.
I'm not sure about that one. So we'll get details.
We'll have notes.
We'll get details on that in probably January.
So do you think it was James Bond? I mean, who was it that really made, these kind of sports cars, whether it's a Lamborghini or Ferrari, whatever it is, who made them so popular?
So James Bond was Aston Martin.
Oh, sorry.
But that's okay.
But there's a lot of Aston Martins.
Car girl.
There's a lot of Aston Martins.
But yeah, that's okay. It's still, this is all under the luxury umbrella.
Sexy cars.
Right.
Yeah.
So it could be Lamborghini. It could be, you want to take it way back? We can go to Smokey and the Bandit. He had a Trans Am, right?
He did have a Trans Am.
But it was all about car culture and promoting, this different viewpoint, right? And back then, that was a cool, sexy car, right? And then you have James Bond coming out in an Aston Martin with the prim and proper British accent, to make it a little bit more sexy and alluring, right?
It's still classic.
But still classic.
Tom Selleck, the Ferrari.
Tom Selleck, yeah, exactly.
Right.
So you have bits and pieces throughout,
It's so interesting.
our lifetime.
Yeah.
But you don't see these cars in New York. I never saw really nice cars in New York City.
Not like that.
They're in Greenwich.
They're in Greenwich.
Definitely.
They're in the burbs.
Palm Beach.
Yeah.
I mean, Greenwich, you have the Concours Elegance, the
Correct,
big one.
in June. Yep,
That
that's
is
a big
Right.
one.
That's another big one.
And Rob and I moved the same time to Palm Beach. He was from Greenwich. I was from New York City, to the same building, to the same floor. So then,
So fun.
smart
Small
people
world.
tend
You
to
were meant to
find
be our guest.
car people tend to just find each other. I don't know. Like we
I
want the
agree with
same.
that.
The car detailer. We need the mechanic. We need the auto shop.
I agree with that. I will tell you, when I first came down, my mom's been living on the island for close to 30 years. So I would come and visit, and I had a little bit of infrastructure here. And actually, I met Scott Schrader, who runs the Palm event, which is another big show that's usually in the middle of March in Palm Beach at Mar-a-Lago. I met him at Supercar Week when that first started in West Palm, probably about 20 years ago. Wow. And, I'd see him from time to time. And then when I came back down, reconnected, I'm living here, and that's how I got more involved. And now I'm on the board for the Palm event.
Well, it feels like these huge car shows are like art fairs. It's the same kind of thing. It's like Art Basel
or the boat shows.
for cars.
Yeah.
But it's become kind of these big, huge,
Networking
massive events where and they're real commodities. So you can buy a Klimt. I mean, that just sold for $200 million at Sotheby's this past week, right? So they've become like these commodities that you trade, right? So cars are how did cars become like artwork?
I feel like cars are like mobile artwork.
You can
Right.
enjoy them.
You can enjoy them as you could drive your artwork around, right? So a lot of people will buy an older vintage car and restore it. Everyone has their point of influence. So maybe when somebody was younger, they watched, Tom Selleck, and they wanted that, 308 Ferrari, and they might find an old one that's in bad shape, and then it brings them joy to restore that.
Right. So it's really but it's collectors, right? It's people that
Not necessarily. It
Not
could be somebody
necessarily.
just buying a one-off, but what you find in more influential areas like Palm Beach are a lot of collectors that have their own private car garages in very nondescript buildings
Right.
all throughout the area. And they create that vision that's been in their head since they were a child. And it all comes to life in that collection.
It's so cool. When we lived in Greenwich, we had 2 garages that were empty. My kids used to play, hockey in one of the garages. The other one was like too gross to really do anything. But when they weren't, set up to play hockey in there, shinny hockey, that kind of stuff, or rollerblading around, there was a guy that parked his Bugattis in there.
Mm.
Oh,
So
nice.
he parked
Nice.
like 4 or 5 Bugattis. He was the largest Bugatti collector. And you and I know who he is. But
It's not
gosh,
Malcolm
those
Craig.
cars were but those cars were insanely beautiful, incredible. But you'd think like somebody would want one. He had like 4 or 5 of them. It was insane, crazy.
How did you get into car collecting?
That's a good
That's a good
question.
question.
Yeah.
So when I was young, my cousin in Newport Beach, California, he and his father were into collecting Ferraris. And his influence in my life and my brother's life has brought us into the Ferrari world. But just in general, opening our eyes to cars. I mean, I can remember when I was elementary school, I had an Aston Martin Lagonda on my wall because the design of it was so interesting to me. And over the years, I've had plenty of Ferraris on my wall as well. But yeah, it's just something you have a passion and you're attached to.
So from
it's a
your
lot.
wall to the garage, how
To the
many
garage.
cars do you have?
Oh, not that many. Well,
You
not
have,
that
you
many.
have a vintage Land.
So I have a 1989 Land Rover Defender 110, which is always fun. I've got a 99 Ferrari 550 Maranello, which is just outside. And then just a daily Mercedes convertible.
That's when you
For now.
downsize.
But if I had a large garage, I would definitely fill it.
So what do you think the hottest car on the market is now?
Oh,
Like,
that
what
is a
does
tough
everybody
question.
want?
That's a tough question.
I mean, it depends on what you're looking for.
Yeah, I know
It's
it's so
so-
like,
subjective.
there's, like,
It is so
subjective.
subjective. So that's a tough one. I mean,
We
'cause-
see a lot more Bentleys and Ferraris in those kind of cars in Palm Beach now than we ever have before.
Bentley's a lot.
A lot.
There's a lot.
Rolls Royces, I feel like, are a little bit more elevated when it comes to like Bentleys. I say like Bentley's like the Q5 house car in Palm Beach.
I
The
agree.
Audi.
I
Like
agree.
everybody has them.
I agree.
But the Rolls Royce
So
you have to
funny.
wait for. You know, it's not so easy.
Like a
to
Birkin
get.
Yeah.
bag.
Yeah,
It's
it's like
like
the
a-
Birkin. The Rolls Royce would be like the Birkin of Palm Beach, right?
Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
No, when I go to Palm Beach events, I have a big family, so I have to have a big car. And for a long time, I had to drive a minivan. But I'd go to an event, and everyone's like, "Is that my Bentley? My Bentley?" I'm like, "That's my minivan."
Right.
That's funny.
And
That's
my-
the mother of 2 sets of twins. So
Oh,
yeah.
wow.
Yeah.
And my husband, actually, he drives a 911, but he just bought a Datsun from the 70s because his father had one. And it was supposed to be the car that he inherited. He ended up getting an Aston Martin. So I look at my garage 2 weeks ago, and I was like, what is this?
That's nice.
Oh, I
You
had a
mean the
nostalgic
Datsun?
moment. Yes.
Yeah, the
he didn't tell me
Datsun, the
about it. He bought it
Datsun,
at an
yeah.
auction.
Oh,
And
and he's going to fix it up. Maybe he likes to tinker in cars.
he
right?
does. He
Yeah,
does.
love that.
So
Now,
I love
when
that.
I was in high school, I actually owned a black and silver 280ZX. So I don't know
That was
which
the anniversary.
Datsun
That
this
was the
is.
anniversary.
I think it
collection.
was with like T-tops or something.
Yeah,
like that.
that was valuable.
Yeah.
Should have kept it. So
And
tell
it,
us
and it
about
was stick.
tell us about the Palm. Is the other big one.
So the Palm event, right? So
That's not just Ferraris.
correct. Yeah, that is. They choose one car, you know, just like Cavallino does to focus on. But yeah, the Palm event is it's a great event. We do also, I think it's a 3-day event, and we do an opening night party. Usually, this past year it was at a beautiful house on the Intercoastal in West Palm, and it's just a nice cocktail party. And then, or actually, that was the night before. That was Thursday night. Friday night is a gorgeous cocktail party at the Flagler Museum.
Nice. I love
It's
that.
outstanding.
Beautiful.
Scott and
And they
Tara
bring
do
the
an amazing
cars
job.
out in the lawn.
So we put about 8 or 9 cars in front of the Flagler, and we've had everything from vintage 1930s something to newer vehicles out there. It's just gorgeous. I think there's a Rolls Royce at 30s.
Beautiful.
Yeah, and it's magical. You're catching sunset.
It's a beautiful spot.
Yeah, in the back of the Flagler, looking out over the Intercoastal.
So they pick one car per year, and then they highlight that.
Well, not necessarily for the Flagler, but at the main show, there's a few highlights that, as a car guy in a small town, and I'll call this a small town, you get to know the collectors.
I think
I think
so.
so. Can you call
We're still a small town.
Greenwich a small town? It's
No.
kind of, well, yeah. So it's grown.
It's a bubble.
Yeah,
we
it's-
live in a bubble.
the
yeah.
bubble.
Sure.
Yeah.
So you get to know who owns what, and Scott does a really good job at cherry picking the cars that he wants on the field on Sunday. which is at Mar-a-Lago. But skipping Saturday, so Saturday we usually find a collector that's open to having all of us come and visit, and we start a rally with stopping points along the way at a private car collection that welcomes us with breakfast, and just we get to see
and
the
what's that
beauty
event
of it.
called?
This is the Palm Events.
That's the
This
Palm-
is
Wow, that
also
sounds like
4 days
fun.
of fun.
Yeah, that sounds
Car
like
fun.
fun. That sounds
Yeah.
great.
And then last year there was a wine tasting at Mar-a-Lago Saturday night. That's kind of where we finished the rally. And Camus Vineyards was the sponsor of that, which was
Sounds
excellent.
yummy. Oh yeah, that
Yeah.
sounds
There's
good.
women. There are women at these events. It's not just.
Oh yeah,
guys.
of course.
The wives come.
Not a
and
bunch of
push the
guys.
Wives come. That's
Yeah.
right. Exactly. That's good. Okay, we
And then
good
Sunday's
outfits.
the main show at Mar-a-Lago. The volunteers get up quite early to make sure everything looks perfect and pristine when everybody
I'm
arrives.
sure. And you're on that front lawn that's on the intercoastal. Where do you put all the cars?
So we're around the pool. That's where the special cars go, and then all on the grass. Yeah.
So what's next, Rob? You sound like you're so busy with all of these different car events, but and it goes through the Palm Beach main season, really.
Right. So Catalino's now mid-February. It's Valentine's weekend this year.
Oh wow.
And then mid-March, which is usually my birthday weekend, is the Palm event. And then after that, there are other shows scattered in Miami. There's a show in Naples called Cars on Fifth in the beginning of February. There are a couple shows in Miami, like I said, and Amelia Island does a car
Big
show
one.
in the
Interesting.
beginning of March.
Concourse,
Okay.
Yeah.
And there must be car shows in
There are
Europe
so
as well,
many
right?
what's
All of
that?
there must be car shows in Europe.
Well, the big
Yeah,
one's
Middle
the
East.
Middle East, exactly.
The big
Yeah.
one is Concord d'Elegance in Pebble Beach, right?
That is the big one. That's
That's
usually
like
in
the
August.
Oscars. That's sort of the Met Gala of cars.
Oh, really?
But
Isn't it?
also in February, yes. But also in February is Retro Automobile in Paris. There's a lot more shows in Europe. It's impossible to keep up. You have Le Mans in June usually.
Formula
I
One
love
is huge.
There's
hearing
all
about
sorts of
all this,
F1 races going on throughout.
Amazing. I didn't.
And not to, there are tons of smaller shows going on in South Florida. Little groups of, like we get our Defender guys together sometimes.
You go
or-
shooting up at Quail Ridge.
Yeah,
or Pine Creek.
I like to shoot sporting clays, and I'm an upland hunter as well. So yeah, take out the vintage Land Rover and go up to Quail Creek or Pine Creek and shoot some whatever is flying.
It sounds great. It sounds like a
Yeah.
lot of fun. Well, we've definitely become a big car town. That is,
Yes.
Yes.
that is,
And
for
more and more
sure.
people are buying cars that are moving here from New York, California.
Right.
They want to get the Palm Beach look, I guess, right?
They want their
Right.
cars here. They don't want to have to.
I mean, I
keep-
moved down with a New York license plate with a black car. Like, there's no black cars in Palm Beach.
You have such a
I had to get
beautiful car,
notes
though.
all over just telling me to get
Beautiful.
No, now I have a Palm Beach car.
You have a white car now?
I couldn't do white. I can't. do white.
That is sort of the. I just got a new car a couple of months ago, and the dealer told us that white, gray, and black are the three most
Yes.
sold, colors in
But not-
Palm Beach County, and black.
See,
yeah,
could've
white,
kept your
gray, and
car.
black.
So aesthetically speaking, from a design perspective, which car do you think is the perfect, most beautiful car?
My favorite is a 57 Ferrari Testarossa.
Mm.
It has the curves, and you could just imagine the craftsmanship that went into that back in the day. And then they also raced that car. So anything that has racing heritage, I'm all about vintage. That's my favorite. I just think it's just so classic.
What about you, Jack?
What's my favorite?
Yeah, from a design.
From a design, I've always been a convertible Mercedes. The 280 SL I had for 20 plus years. Love that. I also like a really beautiful vintage Rolls Royce. I think those are stunning. What about you?
I've always really wanted a convertible 911. I really have. But yeah, there are, it's sort of God takes care of you along the way in a way, because now that I have sort of a bad back, it's too low. Like I actually drove one recently and it was really low. It was
They
really
are
low, it hurt
low.
my back. But I had fun driving it. It was really fun. I love my
And you're going to
BMWs,
have
though.
fun. What's your favorite?
Well, I mean, we have a 911, so I enjoy it, but I need to learn how to drive stick. It's pathetic that I don't know how to drive stick. I've tried. Maybe you can give me a lesson.
I was going to say, I can
It's
teach you on the
terrible.
Defender, but it's right-hand drive, so you'd have to get used to that.
I mean, in a perfect world, I would have a vintage Land Rover. I would have some sort of a sedan, and then I would have a sports car. I think
Yeah.
you need 3. It's just like you need a summer home, a winter home, and a city place. I want 3 cars.
Yeah.
But that's something to look forward to.
I loved my my Land Rovers that I had when I lived in Greenwich. I had 3 of them, and the first
They're
one,
fun.
They're so much fun, and the very first iteration of them, it was like a little mobile home. The seats, unscrewed in the back, and all the boys loved it. All the little boys loved it. It was really
I
fun.
bet. Yeah, I remember when I first got my Defender, I imported it in 2017 from the UK. And the first place I went to was Greenwich Polo, and everybody was there with their families.
I lived
and,
across the street.
oh, perfect. And little kids, and everybody's like, can I get in? I was like, absolutely. Get in the back of
Your
the truck.
boys probably were trying to get in the car.
I was so happy to have it. It was a dream of mine to always own one of those. So
Wow.
yeah. I love that truck. It stalls, it leaks oil. I'm driving stick. It's not always the easiest, to get through traffic.
Yeah.
But I always have a wide grin on my face when I'm driving.
Because you're having so much fun.
I love it. I love it.
Well,
Yeah.
thank you, Rob. We can certainly share all the notes to the dates and the important
Sure.
Instagram.
So,
and
Jack, I wanted to present you with an official Ferrari Owners Club hat. So my brother and I have been running this club in the Northeast region for, I'd say, close to 25 years. And we do 4 to 8 luxury events a year for owners of Ferraris, which have all kind of become like family after all this time. And we just have a lot of fun. So I'm going to make you an honorary member by presenting you this hat.
Oh, Jack, put it on, buddy. So
perfect.
good. Yeah,
It
love
looks
it.
great.
Looks
Adorable.
great. Looks great.
So if I learn how to drive stick, can I get one?
Yeah, absolutely.
Rob, you've been so great. Thanks so
Thank
much
you so much for
coming on
having
Good
me.
Day
This has
Palm
been a lot of
Beach.
fun.
Awesome having
Thank you, Jack.
thanks. It's great to have Rob. We learned a little bit about
was
the car
awesome.
shows.
Yeah, we learned a lot about cars. I didn't know about all those car shows.
Neither did I.
Yeah, loved it.
So
What a
that's-
great guest.
Glad we got him.
Yes, because he sounds like a very busy guy.
Yes.
Yes. All right, everybody. It's been so much fun having you on Good Day Palm Beach.
And don't forget to follow us at Good Day PB and also at Privet Palm Beach. And you can find us on Privet Palm Beach, Spotify, Apple, and YouTube channels.
Okay, everybody. Have a good day, Palm Beach.
Perfectly Palm Beach Candles and Diffusers, the official scent of Good Day Palm Beach, can be found at Hive, Lily Pulitzer, and many more local stores. Also online at perfectlypb.com. The perfect Palm Beach gift. Privet Palm Beach Presents is a production of Privet Studios and is available on YouTube, Apple, and Spotify platforms. You could reach out to us on Instagram at Privet Palm Beach and at theprivet.com. Thanks to the Privet Studios team, including Summers Laffey, Will Cannon, our friends at Mass Inbound, and music by Kevin MacLeod.